Phew. What's up, fellas and fellas? Corn78 here. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to install mods for SkaterXL on your Linux box or Steam Deck if you have the Steam Deck OS. Now keep in mind I'm running KDE and Manjaro is my Linux distribution, which is based off of Arch. Same thing goes for Steam OS. It's based off of Arch. But this should apply to anything, any Windows or any Linux distribution. As long as you're running KDE, this should be relatively straightforward for you guys. If you're using GNOME or like some other desktop manager, you'll just have to adjust to certain things. But this is the way that I've learned how to do it, and I've figured this out on my own. If there's any other type of more efficient way to do this, leave it down below. But I'm gonna show you how to guys install mods like the XL menu, even though I don't run mods. And also I'm gonna show you how to, get maps and stuff like that working. So if you've ever done any of the mods and installed custom maps and stuff like that on Windows, it's almost gonna be straightforward, but there's gonna be a few headaches. So let's go get started, okay? So first and foremost, I'm in the Steam Deck UI. I don't have a Steam Deck, but I have a PlayStation controller hooked to my laptop, and I'm running Manjaro. So what you're going to want to do is you want to click on your Steam icon at the bottom, or your button or whatever. Go to Power, and make sure you go to switch to desktop, okay? And you want to be in desktop mode. So I'm going to close out of Steam right now, and I'm in my desktop mode. So now what I'm going to do is we need to download a few things. We need to make sure that first and foremost SkaterXL is installed. If you do not have installed, make sure you install it. Okay. Let me bring back that UI because it's gonna be necessary for a second. Okay. We're gonna get this portion out of the way first. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to SkaterXL. We're going to click on this cog wheel. We're going to go down to Properties, Compatibility, Force Compatibility to Proton Experimental, okay? Now I'll go back to your desktop. Switch back to desktop mode. Now here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to this website here to download the Unity Mod Manager. Links will be just down in the description. Make sure you create an account. It's free. Once you've logged in, click on the manual button here for download. And make sure you choose slow download. And it should ask you if you want to download it or not. If it doesn't, it'll make the downloads for you like it does for me. It'll be in here. We'll need to make mental note of that. So mine's right here. Where I'm just going to click on it. I'm using Firefox for this tutorial. If you're using Chromium or whatever, however you would normally download apps in Chromium, I think it's usually like on the bottom or something here. Then just click that, and your archive manager should appear. If you're using Arc like I am, then all you have to do is click on Extract. And what I like to do is make sure that I have a subfolder, and I open destination after extraction. If you're not using Arc or Steam Deck comes with something different, just follow whatever your archive manager is, and just make sure that you copy all the files that you need. I've already done this already, but I'm just gonna overwrite all this stuff just to redo it. So this will be in my downloads folder under the home directory, and then what we need to do is go ahead and download the mod of choice that we want. So in my case, we're going to download, for the sake of this tutorial, we're just going to download the XL menu mod. Again, I don't run mods. I play the game stock. Other than custom maps, t-shirts and skate decks. So let's go ahead and continue with this. Download the latest, which in this video is 2-6-1. So don't worry about these parentheses here. It's just because I'm downloading them multiple times for this tutorial. So there's multiple versions of the same file. Now what we're going to do is download a map. In this case, I'm going to just download Madison Park. Doesn't matter what you download for maps or anything like that, of course. This is going to be for the sake of this tutorial. Click on the download button here. Alright, we're going to keep that for a mental note later. So, once you have SkaterXL installed and you have all these files downloaded, what we need to do is we need to add Unity Mod Manager to Steam so we can add these mods to SkaterXL. First thing we need to do first, though, is before we add Mod Manager to Steam, we need to move SkaterXL, okay? Because SkaterXL is in a weird folder, and yeah, you'll get confused by it very quickly, okay? So the first thing we need to do is we need to go to our home directory. So we can click the little folder icon here at the bottom, and this should bring up our home directory. I don't know if this is like a Manjaro thing or not, but with Dolphin, at least in my Manjaro, it brings up like the recent folders that I've been in. So if for some reason it does that for you, just click your home directory. What we need to do is we need to go up to View, and we need to make sure that we have Show Hidden Files. This is going to bring up the hidden folders that are in here. All the ones that got like periods before any of the names. And we need to make sure that we choose .steam. We need to go to the Steam folder. We need to go to the Steam Apps folder. We need to go to Common. And we need to right click on SkaterXL. We're going to cut it because I don't have the space. I'm going to go back to my home directory. I'm going to right click in my home directory and select paste one folder. And now we can go ahead and install the Unity Mod Manager in Steam. So stay in desktop mode, because I've noticed that you can't add non-Steam games inside of this deck UI. So make sure you're running the desktop version of Steam inside. So I'm going to open up Steam right now. Alright, and I'm in the desktop version of Steam. It should look like this. If you're running the deck version, go back into the desktop mode and make sure you're running this UI. Go up to the game section at the top and click on Add Non-Game to your Steam library. Click on the Browse button, and what we're going to do is go up to the top here where it says Look In, and we want to make sure that we choose our home directory. So we're going to click this / at the top. We're going to click Home. The username it comes with, in my case, this is my username. I'm going to go down all the way to the Downloads folder. Again, you'll see the period folders first. But I scroll down to Downloads, Unity Mod Manager, and these are here because I already have done all this for testing. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to File Type underneath where it says .desktop applications, and we're going to choose that to all files. And then we're just going to simply select the Unity Mod Manager.exe, okay? EXE, not XML, not .dll, .exe. We're going to click Open, and then you're just going to click Add Selected Programs. But I already have it, so I'm not going to click it. There's no need for me to do such. We're going to go scroll down here while still being in desktop mode. We're going to right click on Mod Manager. We're going to go to Properties. We're going to go to Compatibility. We want to make sure that's checked off, and Proton Experimental was selected as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open up the mod utility. You're going to wait for it to pop up. I'm going to uninstall for the sake of this tutorial so you guys can see the process. But you'll get this option to install. Make sure you choose SkaterXL as your game. And for the folder, I'm going to click on SkaterXL. Click OK. It might say something for you if it's brand new for you. But we're going to make sure that we go to My Computer. We're going to go to Z, Home, Corn788 in this case, or whatever your username might be. We're going to scroll down to SkaterXL, and we're going to select Open and Install. If you've ever used Utility Mod Manager in Windows, the rest of this is pretty much straightforward. After this, all you do is go to Mods at the top here. I already have mods installed, but I'm going to uninstall them. You can right click to uninstall mods if you need to. But I'm going to click on install mod, and I'm going to go back to My Computer, Z drive, Home, username, downloads, and then whatever mods you have downloaded that you want to install. So like in my case, mod menu, I'm going to do that. So I'm clicking on the zip and clicking open. It should say unpacking.zip successful. Now install all the mods that you want at the time of this video. And when you're done installing all of your mods, go ahead and close this out. You no longer need it. Now you can go ahead and copy the SkaterXL folder back to the .steam folder, because you're going to need to do that. Otherwise, Steam will just re-download SkaterXL again. So right-click on the SkaterXL folder inside of your home directory. Go back to Cut. Go back to your .steam, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, and paste in one folder. And make sure it's in the Common folder, okay? Now the next thing we're going to do is you're going to load your game, and you'll see SkaterXL with the XL mod menu mod, and that's cool. Now you want games or skins, maps, whatever. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head back over to the Steam Apps folder, so we can hit the back button. We're going to go to Source Mods. Oops. It's comp data. Okay? And there's going to be a bunch of numbers. I don't know if this number changes based on every person, but for me, and it might be the same for you, it's 962730. We're going to click on the PFX folder. We're going to click on Drive C. We're going to click on Users. We'll click on Steam Users. Go to Documents. And you see that I have the SkaterXL folder. If you've done this already in Windows before, then this process is the same thing. So as you can see, I have the .io, I have the relays, I have the maps folder and the gears folder. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the maps folder. I'm going to go into our download folder here. I'm going to go back to Firefox in this case. And I'm going to open up the Madison Park folder here. Or zip, rather. I'm going to make a folder by right-clicking, creating new folder, and I'm just going to call this Mad because I just want to make it short. I'm going to copy all this stuff that's in here, and I'm just going to drag it into my Mad folder. Okay? Now what we're going to do is click out of all this. I don't no longer need it. Don't longer need it. I'm going to go back to Steam here. I'm going to close out of Steam on this instance here, and I'm going to go back to the deck interface just so you guys can see that this works. I'm going to grab my controller. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I can't full screen at the moment. There's probably a way to do it, and I just haven't figured it out yet, but at the time I was recording, I'm not really caring at the moment. So all we're going to do is we're going to run SkaterXL. We're going to let it do its Vulkan shaders if need be. If you've already done this before, you shouldn't have to redo this, but probably because I'm on the deck UI, it's probably why it's doing this. I'm going to let it do its thing. I'm not worried about skipping the video or anything like that. I'm not going to cut it or anything. This video is going to be pretty much raw as it can be. I've had issues where SkaterXL for some reason would freeze at 56%. And when I Alt F4 to close out SkaterXL, I'll force close. It will ask me if I want to force close. Sorry for the hiccups. I'll force close, and then everything, I'll reload the game, and everything will work again. At least in my experiences, okay? This, like, processing proton shaders thing, or Vulkan shaders, this could take some time, so I really apologize for this portion of the video. Trust me, I've done, like, probably 7 different iterations of this video. It's really getting annoying. I really sincerely apologize in advance. But we do what we gotta do. I could have showed you with the desktop UI, but I wanted to show you. Excuse me, I apologize. It's like 3, almost 4 o'clock in the morning where I'm at. But I could have showed you in the desktop UI, but I wanted to show you that in the Steamdeck UI, this all works. So I haven't tried the stats mods or anything like that because, again, I don't run those, so I'm not familiar with any of that. You guys are familiar with that and you guys want to, like, show me how to set up stats, to make it more realistic, I guess, as most people would suggest, then comment down below and, show me your settings and stuff like that. And maybe I'll give it a shot, but again, I'm only doing this tutorial to help people out that want to be able to play the game portably, but they want to have their stats and all that jazz and the mods they love. This should also work with multiplayer. Not that you have to do any of this for multiplayer mode, but multiplayer mode should just really just run out of the box. You shouldn't have to do any weirdness or anything like that. Doesn't have any, anti-cheat protection as far as I know. So you're not going to get, flagged for anything specific or whatnot. Again, I apologize for the longness of this video, but it was going to be a whole lot longer with me having to find this folder and stuff. So I hope that the way I have this set up in OBS that it's going to show you guys the screen. I really do. This is the last part. And here's the part that really demonstrates this working. Because otherwise, this would be like a video for no reason. But I guarantee you this does work. I tried it. I seen somebody on the Facebook group page for SkaterXL PC community asking about the Steam Deck. They were wondering if, it was worth the purchase. And I'm going to show them that I'm happy to report that if you decide to buy SkaterXL for the Steam Deck, that you will not have any issues. I played this stock mode on minutes with Proton, and no problems whatsoever for me. So hopefully this video I really apologize for the yawning and stuff, but like it's really late and I promised I'd make this video when I got home and I kind of slacked on it, so I apologize in advance for the guy that I told what I would make this video to. It's not necessarily for him specifically, but you know, it's just that I promised him that I'd make this video, and I'll try to make it as quickly as I can. I'm not going to upload it right away. I'm going to upload it when I wake up in the morning, and I have the time to do so because I'm tired. I ain't gonna cap. Waiting for the game to boot. And I know that the Manjaro thing in the background's a little awkward, but again, that's just the Steamdeck UI command line thing. So as you can see, I'm in SkaterXL, and if I click any button to continue, it doesn't currently work. It might have something to do with the Steamdeck UI. So what I'm going to do is close this back out. And as you can see, my controller does work. So I'm going to go to my library. Try to load the game again because my controller wasn't pulling up. I've had this happen a couple of times, and I never really understand why it does this. I'll try loading it in desktop mode to see if it makes any difference for me specifically, but for the Steam Deck UI, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. There we go. Just a reboot of the game. No problem. And as you can see, Mod Manager has showed up. And I don't know how to close this portion out. Oh, close down here at the bottom. Alright, so now if we go to Start and go to Maps, it's finicky at the moment. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but Matt is in there. I think it thinks I'm like pressing a bunch of buttons or something, perhaps. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm having issues where the mod utility tool is still up and running, so that's awkward. And the Steam Deck UI is probably the other thing that's causing this issue too. So I'm gonna close out of this. I'm gonna close out of the Steam Deck UI. I'm gonna close out of Steam in general. Again, I apologize in advance. I don't honestly understand what's going on with my my SkaterXL. Again, it might be because I was just using the Steam Deck UI as opposed to the desktop UI. But again, I wanted to show you guys because most of you are probably going to be looking at this wanting to get it for the Steam Deck if you're not running this on a computer like I am. So go back to this mod manager shit. Alright, I just hit triangle, and if you see here, there's Mad. Now, the question is why I can't, for the life of me, okay, for some reason, it's the right stick that's doing this, but there you go. I'm in Madison Park. I can play it no problem. That sucks. The ollie sucks. Kickflip test. Always got to do a kickflip test. But as you can see, everything works just fine. Um, the lagginess could just be because I'm doing OBS at the moment, and I have a bunch of stuff. But yep. So that's how you do install mods. That's how you install maps, skins, and all that. You could just follow a Windows tutorial, and then all you gotta do is the same thing that I did to install maps. It's no different. The only difference is you gotta make sure you find that folder and make sure that all your settings are set to Proton experimental. That way you keep everything cohesively in one space. I don't believe they, separate prefixes or whatever like that, because I know, like, if you install a game or whatever, it might install a different instance of Wine using Play on Linux or Lutris. So it's nice to be able to do it with this route here. I haven't played SkaterXL in a hot minute, but I always love playing it when I do get into it. This map is a little weird. I ain't gonna cap. But yep, that's pretty much how you do it. If you have any comments or questions or concerns, you guys can leave a comment down below. I'm not like a guru by any means when it comes to Linux. I'm confident enough to be able to use it as a daily driver, but in terms of, like, having common questions or concerns with stuff, I can try to help you the best I can. If it becomes something that's more of like a power user situation, or more of a like, I need a developer in Linux or something like that, then you might want to try to find a Discord server for Linux or something, or maybe like a Steam OS community that knows their way around Linux a lot better than I do. Again, I can daily drive Linux, but I know not much in terms of like the technical aspects of getting down to the nitty gritty. So, but this has been Corn788 signing out. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this video, comment down below and make sure you like and subscribe. Follow for more videos like this. If you need more help with anything SkaterXL related, don't hesitate to ask. Again, this has been Corn788 signing out.